do it anyway. Okay. Hey guys, and thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Miss Vega. This is Miss Vega Says What. And in this episode, I'm going to teach you guys something that I call reaction space. And then I'm going to give you a hack for when you are chilling on a vibe and a grown-up comes and tells you to do something that you don't feel like doing. Okay, I'm going to give you a hack for that. But first, let's talk about reaction space. And reaction space kind of goes along with the video I made that I titled Choice and Reflection. When we make a choice, we can reflect back on who we were when we were making that choice. Were we our best self, or were we a self that we want to let go of a little bit or want to outgrow? Okay, so reaction space works like this. You are going to imagine that you're doing your favorite activity, right? Like you're watching TV, you're watching on YouTube, you're playing your game, whatever. And then a grown-up, whether it be your parent or your teacher or even your babysitter, I've been known to be a babysitter, comes and tells you to do something like a chore, like wash the dishes or pick something up, and you are just like, ugh, right? And you don't feel like it. Okay, so here's the hack. Well, back in the 1000s, like the 1900s, there was this TV show. It was called Out of This World. And the girl had magical powers, okay? Her name was Evie. And if she did this, she would stop time around her, but she would, still be normal. Okay, so you're gonna stop time, right? In that moment when you're sitting there, when you're sitting and chilling on whatever it is that you're doing, and here comes your grown-up to rain on your vibe. When they tell you what it is that they want you to do, there's a moment, like the slightest moment, where you're gonna stop time, right? In your brain, only in your brain. And you're gonna recognize that there's like a half of a second that exists between the time they told you the annoying thing to do and the time that you're gonna give them an annoyed feedback, like, ugh, or why, it's always me. There's like half a second, and I call that reaction space, right? So here's a secret, kids. Grown-ups actually have a really difficult time finding their reaction space, but kids, I've taught this to so many of my students, and you guys are like really scary good at touching your reaction space, at like recognizing that half-second mark between the action and the reaction. So the reaction space, you guys are really good at kind of honing in on that. So if you are really good and you know what I mean, like, okay, here comes my grown-up and they're like, wash dishes. And that was my dog reacting. He didn't check his reaction space. So here comes the grown-up and they're like, okay, do your homework. And you're about to be like, ugh. There's a moment, like a half-second moment, freeze it. And if you can, in your brain, right, you're gonna extend that moment, like extend that reaction space. And then this is the hack, okay? You're gonna freeze that moment, and then you're gonna think of a rocket or a spaceship that's about to go off. And you're just gonna look at your grown-up, you're gonna hold in your ugly reaction for a little bit, and you're gonna think about a spaceship going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, and then you just go and do it, whatever it is that they want you to do. So it might not work the first time, but it does work over time. And like I said, kids, you guys pick up on these things a lot quicker. So I'm actually thinking about the adult right now, because it is an adult strategy. And if you have an adult that you want to talk about it with, it's a strategy from Mel Robbins, if they would be interested in it, but that's pretty dense scientific material. The point is, you're going to think of a spaceship and you're going to blast off. If you need to count to 10, count to 10. If you only need to count to 3 and you know that you can get up and wash the dishes or finish your homework or whatever it is, then that's great too. And for some of you, I have seen in my students this to be the case. You might actually practice with grown-ups that are more your favorite, I guess. Like maybe if you feel like it's not going to work with your mom, then don't practice with your mom. If you feel like it might not work with your dad, then okay, practice with the teacher or whoever it is you have access to. Like the next time they come and tell you something, right? You're gonna reaction space, and then you're gonna think about a rocket before you go, or why me, or things like this, right? I'm a teacher, I know the things you say. You're gonna touch your reaction space, kind of freeze yourself, like freeze time, like Evie would, and then you're gonna become a rocket mentality. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You get up and you do the thing that they're asking you to do. Okay, guys, well, that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and sharing with your friends.